Good morning. I hope you're all well. Thanks for coming along to another video on the INMOTION V13 today. Got the Grizzler flow pads. Going to use the Insta360 1X3. Got one wrist guard, a set of Kevlar gloves, some Liat knee braces, and Alpine Stars boots. I think they're the CRX boot from memory. Alpine Stars helmet, a Sena 10C Pro Bluetooth helmet setup. I think that's everything. I've only got one wrist guard because I'm using the Apple Watch today. I wanted to roll and chat about DARKNESSBOT, which now connects up to the V13 wheel and just allows, a couple of customized features that you can set up. So I thought we'd just look at that today. I'm going to head over to just a little place across the road and play with DARKNESSBOT. So come with me if you've got the time. Just a quick one, I think. I've left the plans open and I've got some time, so I might head into the trails. I might just try to do some speed stuff. So I'm just out there for the EUC world and just trying to promote this stuff. That's what I do on my channel. If it's the first time you've found me, just like to roll and show how good it is to roll on wheels. Yeah, okay. Look at this guy. Try not to scare him off. This is a kookaburra. I think he was sitting here to laugh at me in case I fell off. He's beautiful. Hey guy, you're amazing. Are you real? It's not moving at all. Usually they're looking for snakes. That's what they like to eat. So great. I've got to go down here. I'm just going to get a run up. Here we go. Okay, bye. He's just going to sit there and watch us. Look. See you, guy. Jesus. He was waiting to laugh at that. Okay, so I'm out on the wheel. I've connected DARKNESSBOT up with my iPhone. What you need to do is make sure if you've been running the INMOTION app and that's still open, DARKNESSBOT won't connect. So you need to close down the INMOTION app before you try to open the DARKNESSBOT app. Sometimes maybe even turn your Bluetooth on or off, or possibly even the wheel just on or off to cycle your Bluetooth. Okay, then you need to make sure that you download, if you've got an Apple Watch, you need to download DARKNESSBOT to that as well. And then get that rolling on your wrist. So the thing with the Apple Watch, you can't really wear a wrist guard if you're rolling with the Apple Watch. The other benefit, I think, with the Apple Watch, if you've got one of the later models, it's got an automatic fall detection and it will call somebody actually if you set it all up. So if you're in trouble on the wheel, then that's a great feature to just be able to notify somebody, especially if you're rolling by yourself like I always do. So yeah, I think these smart devices can really help. Helps me keep an accurate eye on my speed while I don't have to look down at the wheel. I can bring my hand up and keep my vision, looking up at the road more so than looking down even for a second. If you're at speed and you look down for a second, that's enough. So I like this setup. And I also took the time to just set up 3 different custom alarms, different speed settings. You can select, different alarms depending on your needs. You can set them up to run a vibration on your Apple Watch or to notify you via the phone. So you can have a voice or a beep setting. You can add some custom sounds in there as well. But I've just set it up to vibrate on my watch and also on my phone, which I've got connected to a Bluetooth headset. So I'll test that in just a moment. But I'll just push it a little bit. Yeah, beautiful. Jeez, how could you miss that alarm? So that's my initial alarm, and then from there I guess you can push past that and reach that secondary alarm and then a third alarm as well. So you know, having those options to set it up for your needs, that's great. I think, you know, I have no dramas with the INMOTION app, but there's plenty of people that want to set things up a little differently. And I know when I'm exploring the fancy mode, when I'm exploring that fancy mode, there's actually no tilt back built into the wheel at the moment, you know, because that's a test type feature. So if I play with that, I just wanted to have some alarms set up in place. Might not cover all the features in DARKNESSBOT today, but I might roll with it a few times. I also just checked my tyre pressure before I left. Always good to keep an eye on it, and it's holding well. Running about 35 psi. When I release the pump, I always lose a couple of psi, so I just take it slightly over. Okay, so I'm just back at this car park where I've got a bit of space to lean into the wheel. And I've got my first alarm set at 60 kilometers per hour, which I don't have a lot of space, but there's kind of just enough room on that straight there to hit that first alarm. I can't seem to find the room to hit that second alarm just yet. We'll see. It's just the corners, you know, you've got to prepare, give yourself room to take that next line. And you've got a couple of speed humps, so it's just tricky to negotiate the terrain, I guess. But I'm learning to get used to this spot and take the corners wide, you know. I wonder if I put it onto fancy mode, if it's gonna let me get there a little bit quicker. Do you hear that? That's the sound of my V13. I just found a setting in DARKNESSBOT. Wow. It seems intense. I can change the engine sound. I don't know if you can hear me. Jesus. Really quite horrible. Just noticed then that it switched off the screen, and I know that there's a setting in here. I'll adjust that shortly, and that means that it will stay open so it doesn't turn your watch off. Thank you. On the V11, just to keep it interesting and keep myself practiced, I thought I'd just come and do a little bit of skillage. But my camera ran out today and I couldn't finish chatting, so I didn't really get a chance to do everything I wanted to anyway. It was just one of those rolls. So I was out trying to do some DARKNESSBOT, and we were looking at using the Apple Watch. So, I showed that I could connect that up and monitor my speeds and set some of the alarms. Didn't quite find the room to get into the second stage alarms. But you know what, even that first stage alarm is enough, isn't it, to let you know you're getting close to your limits. I had another little bit of a look around the app. There's quite a bit there. It's a good app, you know. It was a little bit buggy, I guess. You could hear it disconnecting quite a bit while I was rolling, but it seemed to hold the data from the whole trip. And I didn't hit record, but it showed the map. You can sort of, I'll spend more time with it, and I'll show you, some future updates. Wanted to say bye, but also wanted to just quickly mention that I saw that everyone was chatting about the MONOWHEEL thing. Bob Yam, when I was chatting to him, he mentioned that they'd like to step away from the EUC brand and move towards MONOWHEEL. And I know there's always some conjecture and debate about what to call it. Everybody's got their ideas, but everyone sort of also agrees that it should be changed. I guess, you can call it whatever. I had COVID recently and I was made to watch this movie with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, and they were making shoes. It was a Nike movie or something. I guess I was thinking about that while I rolled today. People still call Nikes shoes, Air, Jordans, Nike Airs, runners, sneakers, kicks. Everyone knows what they are. And you can call them whatever you want, and it's kind of the same with this stuff, isn't it? Call it whatever. And I guess if you're a big CEO of a company and you make a cool product, you get to call it what you want. And we might all give it our nicknames, but if a MONOWHEEL is what you want, I guess that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, call it whatever. But EUC, I've got that in my tag, for my YouTube, so I'll have to change all that. I don't care. I'm just going to do hashtags of everything. Yeah, okay, thanks. I think that's all for another video. We did a quick look. I only got up to about 70 kilometers per hour. I'll see you next time for another video. Bye. Forward and back. Forward and